guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry, and today I'm bringing you along for a garden tour and chores that I've got to do in the garden. So as you home gardeners are um, getting into the middle of summer here, you've got chores to do, you've got harvesting to do, and then succession planting, all those things. So this morning I thought I'd bring you along and let you know how everything has come along and what I'm doing going forward, and giving you a sneak peek of all that. And anyway, it's actually very warm here. I believe we're at 83 already this morning, but I was out way early, so it wasn't quite that warm yet, but still in the 70s. So get all your morning chores done early. And I'm not a professional gardener, but I have been gardening my whole life, and I do enjoy sharing the knowledge that I've accumulated along the way, some from successes and some from failures. We all have them. So let's go see what's happening this year, and maybe what I'm gonna do different. All right, let's go. Okay guys, here we go. This is a beautiful morning. It's gonna get hot today, so I want to get most of these chores done early. So I've got planting to do today, and right here in this tray, and this is, some of you are going to think this is late, but I'm planting these to actually eventually bring into greenhouse environment. These are a geranium kiss. They're they're a determinant, like they're suited for pots. So they're going to go in grow bags. And I've got kale. I want to put a kale in a grow bag. And I also have a ruby red Swiss chard. That one's going to go in a raised bed. But absolutely beautiful. And these are little grow bags that I started these in. So these air prune the roots. And you can see how the roots come through. See that? The roots come through. You could plant the whole bag if you want to. I tend to cut the bag away a little bit, but it depends on what's inside or how young they are. So good root system, and grow bags are amazing. Here is the starts to a Paris Island romaine, which is my new favorite lettuce. Oh my gosh, I love this. And actually, I may just grow this exclusively. There's a couple of lettuces that I feel are very hardy and don't bolt very fast, and this is one of them. It doesn't bolt hardly at all. It's very disease resistant. This is the other. This is a curly kind of a leaf lettuce. It's more tender, where the cause romaine over here is, listen to that. Look at that. And I picked on this one 3 times this week. And this is a little 1-gallon pot. I picked on this 3 times, and look at that. It's delicious. Listen to the crunch. That smaller plant, and super crunchy. Whereas this is a buttery, kind of a soft, and there's a beetroot. Don't be afraid to mix your plants up. So we've got English thyme here. Beautiful. My favorite smell is when it flowers. They're just gorgeous. And this is a strawberry pot. We've picked several strawberries. In fact, I had 3 off there this morning. Pretty prolific, and it was not labeled. It just went on 50% off about a month ago, and I said I couldn't resist. I had to have it. Here's another strawberry pot. It's loaded with little buds, and yeah, I've got 2 of those. Rhubarb, and the bees are busy in the garden. So those are rhubarb that I started, as you remember, from seed in the rock wool. This is a nice little patio tomato, probably the healthiest patio I've grown to date. And alyssum just draping over the grow bag. Wonderful. It's a very thirsty pot, though. I've already watered, and this was full, and look at that. Now the bag is nice and full of moisture. And I have fertilized twice. Even though when I did the grow bag, I put multi-purpose or all-purpose fertilizer with blood meal. I have fertilized again with fish emulsion. Once they start fruiting, which this has got fruit on it, you want to make sure that they've got plenty to put into the fruit itself. So yeah, it's got a lot of fruit. A little mint plant, some more straw babies, and I have to net them because the birds like them as much as we do. And here is the jungle I call my oasis. I love this out here. So tomato plants, and I'm liking the grow bags, and I actually like the staking. I was just deciding whether I like the staking wide apart or like over there. I've got them close together, and so they almost act as the main stem. I think I like the closer together because you can keep the plant where you want it, if that makes sense. So, nice, healthy tomato plants. These are all aromas in here. Now, this, it said fennel. There's no way. I've got thyme in there. And then this is another texture of a green to put into your salad. Again, very crispy. A little more bitter, not as sweet, but delicious. Absolutely delicious. So, I wish I knew what it was. I think. mm, Yum. That's really good. Okay. Having my morning snacks here. Um, this is a cherry tomato. It's a sun gold. Yeah, sun gold. And these over here, I'm not sure why I'm getting this curl. Uh, I worry, but we'll address that in a little bit. This is parsley that came back and it's going to seed. I'm going to do my best to collect seeds. I ended up my cilantro. I did not get to collect the seeds. Something happened and the plant is gone. So not good. Rhubarb that I planted last year, that was a 2-year-old plant last year. It's 3 this year, and it's done okay. It's nice and healthy in there. I like it. I'm gonna leave it be. I might pick one leaf off there. My little cascading blueberry, full of blue babies, and I wanted to leave this before I came out here. I'm gonna give you the before and after of what I'm gonna do. So this is leaf miner. And I was going to cut all these off last night, but I didn't. Just so I want you to see what leaf miner looks like. You can cut these leaves away, let the new baby leaves come out, and they'll be healthy and eat them as you can. Something's been helping themselves. Look at that. But I've got to trim all that back off of the beetroot as well as the Swiss chard. And then in between, I've got nasturtiums. They're so delicious. I have to make myself not eat them because they taste like a radish, and my radish crops are done for the year. And then this is arugula in between all of this, but all this lettuce is going to get pulled up today because we have record heat this weekend. It's going to end up bolting on me, so I'm going to pull it all up so we have plenty of salad this week and get that out of there and give everybody else room to grow. Over here, we've got another rhubarb, and this one was sad. I don't know if you remember, if you watched a couple videos ago. I had to pull all that sickly leaves down to, I think there was one leaf left, and it has just thrived, and I've got new leaf growth in there. Look at that. New leaf growth. It's a very healthy red romaine now, and there's some more of the nasturtiums. I'm so excited. I love nasturtiums. And I have a new dark burgundy variety. So that bed is going to have nothing done to it today. Chives, I'm going to cut them all the way down and let them come back and give those peas room. I've got peas that I need to pick here. This lettuce is getting pulled today. It's kind of bitter. It's got quite a bit of latex in there. And if you're not sure what the latex is, come out here. See the end of that leaf? How it's getting that white milky substance? That's latex. And that, my friends, is what causes it to be bitter. And I, even though this isn't beautiful and has produced a ton of lettuce for us, I'm not interested in eating bitter. So um, I'll save that for the bitter greens. And I bought this celery plant because it was a red celery. And I thought it was so beautiful in the pot. And I thought, I'm going to grow that. And lo and behold, it went to seed. So it's already lost a main branch here. I had to cut that off. I'm going to go ahead and collect seeds and we'll see what happens. I'm actually have been torn back and forth because it could be a hybrid and I may not get a good idea of, or may not get a reliable plant out of it. So pepper, and this is parsley that came back. It's trying to go to seed. So this is also getting cut down today. Well, not cut down, but cut way back, and I'm going to dehydrate it all. So I will have parsley for the year, and that'll be plenty of parsley for us for the rest of the year. I love these. When these flower, they're edible and they're delicious. They have that mild onion. Uh-oh, here comes the two marauders. On this side, we got beans. I have bush beans and pole beans. And this is parsley I started from seed. And if you've never done that, it takes weeks for it to germinate. So it will be our fresh stuff here pretty quick. I wanted to show you this pepper. Look at that. That is a beautiful purple beauty, it's called. And it is, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I can't wait to taste it and see if it's sweet or if it's real strong. It's not supposed to be a spicy pepper at all. So this particular plant, if we like it, I may try to winter it over. Um, and if you're interested in finding out how to do that and coming along for that journey with me, I would love to share that. Okay, and I have a pepper over here. This is a poblano pepper. So any fresh pea pods big enough for me? Yes, right there is a good one. So fresh pea pods out of the garden. Okay, here's a rhubarb. This rhubarb I planted last year along with the two that you just saw in the wine barrel. Wonderful. And I picked off of it. I made a rhubarb cake with it, strawberry rhubarb cake. But today I'll be picking rhubarb to do rhubarb juice because it's my favorite. Celery. So these are going nuts. And if you're going to grow celery, you need to grow it in an area where it gets a lot of rain or you have a marshy spot because it just drinks up the water. I can water this twice a day, fill those reservoirs, soak the bags down, and it's ready for more the next day. So there's a lot of water content. And if you're wondering what this is all about, I'm blanching the stalks. So you want to blanch those stalks, otherwise they become bitter and they have a really strong celery flavor, but they're on the side of bitter. That's not what I want. So we'll have plenty of celery leaves to dehydrate if we want to. And celery, I also planted some lettuce mixed in there. Look at that beautiful spotted romaine. I love it. That can go in our salad this week too. I want to say I have two plants in these guys. Let's see. Yeah, there's another one down there. All right, and this is the asparagus, which is, it's obviously going to seed. We ate asparagus. Well, there's one I can actually pick here, and there's an orange mint that's going to seed, and I'm leaving it. I'm going to cut it back to take some to a friend of mine at work, but it's a beautiful orange mint. This is delicious in your water or with your tea. It's wonderful. Okay. I won't cut that asparagus back until spring. I mean, you can trim on it, but see here, I could have had this one or this one Yeah, and you probably still could have that stalk, but the tips are not, you know. So there's that. Okay, let's see what we got. Here's a view of this angle. All the romas, and I have marigolds in between. The marigolds are also edible, the flowers, not the stem. These are romas. All these romas, both beds, I planted from seed and potted up, and then potted them out here, and they were tiny. And I've got carrots going in between here. And these are almost ready to thin. I could probably pull one up and see what I got here. Let's see. Oh, he's so little. Oh, a baby carrot. Okay, that gives that other one room to move and grow. So I love it. Don't hesitate. I let my carrots get pretty crowded, usually before I thin, so I get to eat the thinnings. So we'll save that and wash that. And then when you're storing your carrots, I know it looks prettier to have the tops on them. Don't leave them on. They'll continue to suck water out of the taproot. That is your taproot. Okay, over here, I've got more parsley, and I'll trim that up and mix it in with the other parsley. And there's the thyme flowering, and it smells wonderful. I'm not kidding. It smells divine. It's so aromatic. It's so wonderful. Rhubarb from seed. Same time, rhubarb from seed. So they grow at different rates, but that's okay. They're all going to end up in a beautiful rhubarb patch. So, okay, this is carrots also. Some Nantes in here, but these taller ones, that's a black nubula, I think it is. And then this is a bachelor button. Sorry, bachelor button. Over here, I've got a pot of beets, another rhubarb. This was the rhubarb that I got from M.I. Gardner, and as a bare rootstock, and it's obviously doing quite well. So let's go this way. I'm going to leave my carrot there for a second. More rhubarb. Like I said, some of the stronger plants will do better. And these were started in the rock wool. Okay. Or, yeah. These are bunching onions. And then here's an onion that I planted from store bought, along with this one right here. So, and this one. And I think this is a garlic clove. Yeah. This, you can tell garlic has a flat leaf on it. So I put some a garlic in there, and that is a soft neck variety, so you can plant them. Boy, the bees are drinking. They're getting their morning drink as well as pollinating. Beautiful rosemary. And I have bird netting only because I need to pull it tight. The birds get in here and dig because of the worms that are in this bed. This bed is loaded with red wigglers. So beets, and more beets, and celery. And I've got celery right here. And then, and those are from store-bought. There's another one. Where is it? Well, this is store-bought. Or, yeah, that's from a store-bought celery. Can you see that? Look at those. I ate stalks off of this week. I just pull them off. I'm not blanching that one. And these are all onions from green onion butts that you put in the ground and let them grow. And 2 of them are going to seed here. I'm going to collect seeds, but look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Zucchini. And it's got some babies on it. I don't know if you can see those little babies. We're just waiting for some blooms to pollinate so we get fruit production. This is well, there's some green onions that I had pulled up, cut the butts off, used the stalk, and put them in the ground for the second or third time. So we got a couple of those in there. Strawberries, onions in here. And then I actually have a new nasturtium coming up in the center here. couple of them that'll go replace those um, marigolds when it's time to replace them. I still have garlic in here. It's not died back enough to pull it, but I'll be pulling it here in the next couple weeks, and I'm not watering this bed at all. Blueberries, look at that. I've got to pick them. Okay, so blueberries are doing fantastic. We've picked, oh, maybe 3 cups total. And I'll pick again this morning and get those in the refrigerator. Try to see if I've got enough to do something with. Beautiful blueberries. And this is it's covered in bird netting. So my husband put this together out of just scrap wood that we had. And because the bushes were leaning, he leaned the netting with it so they don't get caught in that too badly. And you can take the base of this and pull it up. So this board here, you can pull it up, lean it over the top to get in there and pick. So very, very ingenious, I think, because it makes it so much easier to pick. And you can get in there and, you don't have a big mess with that netting to get it back off if you wanted to take it off. So they're protected from the birds. And this is crookneck squash. Holy moly. Yeah, crookneck. And it's getting ready to flower as well. And it's already got some squash in there. Just needs to be pollinated. Look at there. Oh, I'm so excited. This is my favorite squash. Cheese and cracker casserole. And there's there's 3. I see 3 there. And we've got 4. 4. But we've also got male and female flowers. So it should pollinate well. I'll make sure of it. And then I've got these all 3 are crookneck in this bed. And then this is my in-ground compost, which I don't know if I talked about it or not, but this is full of worm activity. So the worms, there's holes in that bucket in the bottom and on the sides, and they can come and go and feed, and then, leave their castings and go in and out of this bed and really aerate and feed the bed. So any of this can go in there. This is wonderful. And I just keep the lid on, and if the wind or I feel like I'm in danger of losing it, I put that birdhouse on it. This is a beautiful cherry tomato. I'm super excited about this. It's also a yellow tomato. What do they call that? Sun gold. This is a sun gold, and there's just clusters of tomatoes. And there's one way down on the bottom. I can see that golden hue shining through. Can you see it? Yeah. Okay, and here's the next bed to get cleaned up. That was all lettuces all the way across, but it's bolting. We've had 90-degree weather. And yeah, this romaine is getting after it. It's bolting. I'm not going to save seeds because I have so many lettuce seeds. Lettuce, these are coming out today. And how I'm going to take them out is, instead of really disrupting all this soil, this bed has worms in it too. And I'm going to cut it off just below the surface, below the root collar, and let those roots feed the soil. And then the worms can feed on them, and and life goes on. So this is beautiful cilantro that I grew from seed. I am going to cut this down today. It will probably go in the dehydrator as well. And then I'll replant cilantro, because this time of year it's gonna bolt. It's too hot. So we'll be planting some more cilantro. Over here I've got, I think there's beets in there. Or no, I've planted the burgundy nasturtiums. I've got carrots in here, but I think because it's so shaded, and this is another one of my favorite lettuces, I have picked and picked and picked and picked, and this thing is still not bolting. And I'll pick again today. Kale. There's 3 kale plants. Some carrots. There's a little bitty Swiss chard, the red Swiss chard. There's another one here, right there. And then over here, the ruby red Swiss chard. And back there, I've got it too. So down to the big rhubarb. And then I will get busy and I will come back with how I got it all cleaned up and after it's picked and what it looks like. And don't be scared, because once you pick your rhubarb, and it's going to look like it's had a major haircut. And these on this side and over here, these were planted last year, and look how great they're doing. This is my old mother plant, and this fall it should be divided because it's 6 years old. Um, so, and it was two, so it's an 8-year-old plant, 8 or 9. Because when you buy them in a pot in the store, they're 2 years old, so 2-year-old rootstock. But beautiful, beautiful rhubarb. And I'll be picking this morning because I'm making rhubarb juice, canning it. And you can see the difference. This plant has a lot of stalks, but they're thinner because it's got nodes coming off of it. It's trying to spread. It just needs to be divided. So rhubarb will be in on the menu. Okay, there's my little oasis, and I absolutely love this. So I got a lot of work to get done though. And I'll get some pictures so you guys can see. But that's what you can do in a really small backyard. And I didn't even use half of my backyard. It might be, gosh, you could fill this whole backyard with raised beds and make it all productive and feed your family out of your backyard and not have to depend on the grocery store or whether it's organic or not. I don't use any chemicals on the yard or on my plants. So everything is organic. Whew, guys, I was gonna actually show you all the chores. I might show you some pictures after I'm done. How's that? Because I think this is a good in-depth garden update. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And if you like this sort of stuff, leave me a thumbs up. And if you've got any questions or you want me to focus on one particular plant and what I know, how to take care of it, what I know about it as a home gardener, let me know, because I'm more than happy to share. All right, bye. So here are a few shots: the blueberries, the thyme flowers, the celery, and the beds all cleaned out. And after a rhubarb harvest, here you've got your end result. And of course, that delicious carrot that I had.